Welcome everyone, it's Favorite Dragamar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. Yes, I know it's been a lot of it today, but believe me, I've been doing more of it off screen than on screen. Yes, believe it or not. As I'll be doing some of this stuff tomorrow as well. We might as well try to clean up a bit of arena. You know what? Since we don't use these champs often, I might as well. The colony expands. I know this is a bit of a meme team, but okay, this is bad. It's what we like to call bad. I did some very poor planning with this. Very poor. Okay. First off, I should probably put my Deacon in here. Secondly, I should put my big boys in because I was stupid. Oh, he's still faster. Okay. Cool beans. All right, so he's faster than I expected. All right. Because sometimes these teams really take me off guard. You know? Because I mess around like an idiot and then I pay for it real hard. That was an example of that. Uatrunda. I want to try some new team stuff. And now you'd be like, Fabersmith, what on earth are you doing? I like to do something a little creative, a little off the cuff. I don't know if it's going to work. It could backfire in my face. It most likely will. But it didn't. I'll take it. Some of these teams I don't want to face in the best of times. So, yeah. Okay, at least one good thing about this enemy team is they're not super quick. Because I hate, and I repeat, I hate to face really fast teams. Because really fast teams cause me a lot of grief. And I mean a lot of grief. Like, this is still relatively mild compared to some of the things. Like, it's not just like, oh yeah, they have a Yakarl. No. It's like they have like a Brogni, a Mashal. They like won the lottery and everything. And then they come in my face and say, aha, I've won the lottery on everything and won the lottery on my gear and I won $1 million. Now I'm going to kick your butt. And it's like, ah, I love that. That's exactly what I wanted to fight. And it gets even worse when it's like, oh, we have empowered legendaries. I'm like, you pulled what? You pulled multiple copies of what? You pulled multiple Valkyrie. Like, how many shards did you pull? Whale alert. Whale alert. If there's like, if you have like a +4 Valkyrie and you're walking up to me in like gold 2, there's an issue. There is a serious, you have a serious spending problem on this game. I'm sorry. It's just my opinion. Okay? It's just my opinion. You can think, no, I don't care about that, but in my opinion, that's a little bit too much spending money on the game. I know they're keeping the game alive, but man, when I see someone with all those empowered legendaries, thankfully there isn't too many in here. We're not in high enough rank to see too much of that. Now, you don't need empowered legendaries to get high rank. You don't. If I can get a Leorius at any point, I can probably get a high rank, but I probably need him. Yep. Without a shadow of a doubt, I probably need him. Now you're like, but why? You know what? I'll leave that off because I don't really want to do that anyway. Oh, yes. Before I forget, remember how I said we were going to do something besides just me clean up quests? Which this is actually. Are we close to anything? Maybe. We could use the silver. Okay. I see the argument. Did we still keep the other one? Okay, we did. So yeah, we can clean up even more quests. But before we clean these quests up, guess what we're going to do? I know this is a lot of raid in one day. We're going to show my new auto spider team. Watch this. So, goes like this. She goes channel the bloodline, right? We had 3 burners and a res. He goes with the provoke. He goes with the AoE burns. And then he tries to combust some of the burns. But he can also put burns himself. So even if the spider sneezes, guess what? We've got more burns. Now, I haven't tried this in Spider 20, but if it works the same way... See, I can already farm this on auto. But what if? What if it works in Spider 20? What if? What if this strategy works? Because you see, I always have trouble with this affinity. The spirit affinity of Spider, and also with the Spider being too tanky and not having enough burns out there at the same time. So yeah, there's a very real chance that we could auto Spider 20 with this. There is a real chance here. Because you see, you keep getting burns out there constantly. The spider can't last long through that. Heck or high water. You see this. I know you're like, but how is this beating it so quick? That's the magic of this team. You see all these burns? They can't escape it. Now, this is going to be dangerous, but I'm going to try it versus Spider 20. It may not work, but it's worth a shot. It is worth a shot. Like Spider 16, the spider is annoyed with me. Now, if we can beat this, though, we will make history. That's the point. If we can beat this, we can make history. That's why I'm attempting this. That is why I'm even attempting this. Because I know the stakes here. See, with that pyroclasm, we can get extra burns out there. Okay, this isn't exactly how I planned it to go, but you kind of get the idea. Like, we are borderline doing something incredible. And I want that to be known, that we're borderline doing something bloody incredible. So yeah, first things first though, we do have to check their builds. Because these other characters have to be able to take a beating. Alright. Okay, her build isn't bad. But what about Demetha? That's the real question. And then, of course, him. So, first things first, we've got to sort out food concerns. Yes, food concerns. We need the squad to be out in force. So, because we're not high on silver, we're going to want to throw him into the mix with some food champs. Because here's the deal, right? I'm going to need to raise all these anyway. And, using Bellower is probably going to be the best solution here. Because here's the thing, Akoth is going to be a big part of taking on Spider 20. I'm not even gonna question it. Because you guys all know how big Akoth is, right? Akoth the Seared is going to be a big deal in this equation. Because we have to make sure that he gets his whole thing off. And for all I know, his level is the thing that's wrecking the sink on this team comp. So that's why we're going to want everyone at 60, including Akoth. Yes, we're going to want him at 60. Now, in terms of the clan itself, I've been collecting members. I've been recruiting non-stop all day. And I've been, and in 3 hours, that's going to refresh. Now, let's try to upgrade Akoth's level just a few tads while we're at it. I know this is a bit expensive, but bear with me. Because if I want to make history with Akoth, I'm going to need to have him at 60. And there isn't really a lot I can do to get around that. Because that's just the bitter reality of it. Who else needs to come in? I'd say Deliana. We're going to leave him to smolder for a while because we've got to get him to 6-star when we're going to launch my Geomancer offensive. If you know what I mean. Because the thing about Geomancer, right? The thing about Geo is that I need him. I need a lot of nice setup. And so in order for this setup to work, I like how he has almighty immunity. You serious? But yeah, we can't really afford, because the boss, especially Spider 20, detects when your champ is not 60. So the best way to remediate that is make sure that all of your champs are 60 that you go in with. See, there we go. That's more like it. So we're going to do this again. This time with a full 60s squad and see how it fares. I will check Demetha in a minute. I also feel like maybe this is easier done on manual. I'm not going to try auto unless I can get the preset to listen to me. So the reason I put pyretic release because I don't want him both using it in case he sneezes. Because I know the spider has been known to sneeze from time to time. So now that we got the burn in, that burn should cause the spider a world of hurt. I think we also, yeah, it's just, there's these flat stat problems. And the fact of how much it heals for that. Because there's a potential that I can do this on manual easier than auto. Because keeping these burns up is going to be huge, by the way. Why? Because it keeps the collateral of having all of those AoE burns is going to be immense. Right? Let's get Drex out, because I think he'd be the best insurance here for the burns. I don't know if Akoth can make it, but we'll see. Well, you know, as insane as this sounds, I might just go with more protection. Or a turn meter damage dealer. Maybe Cold Heart. Because when you get all these burns, right, on the spider, it really has a vast effect on the boss. Okay, this isn't going to work. Because we need these two to stay alive, right? So what are we going to do to keep them alive? You could try Vogoth or Taragi. Let's try Vogoth. The main thing here is to try to keep these guys alive through the AoEs. That's the main point here, right? Because I don't think Mordecai is the best for Spider 20 because he's a negative affinity and him fitting focus doesn't spread the burns. This, however, does. 150% spread burns. The main thing is to keep this guy burning. See, and then put the block damage up. Get a provoke. Get a decreased crit rate. Try to get a stun going. Increase leech duration. There we go. And then try to do that. And then try to get it to go towards Vogoth, which is unlikely. Get the block damage in. Can we make history? That's the real question. Pyroclasm. Can we get more burns up there? All the burns? This could be it. I don't think he can stand it much. It happened! It actually happened. It happened. Spider 20. It died. It died. It finally happened. Yes. Yes. Spider 20 falls. I repeat, Spider 20. It finally happened. It finally happened, guys. No way. No way. It happened. Spider 20's down. Spider 20 actually fell. No way. Like, I cannot tell you how long I've waited to murder Spider 20. I can't. I literally can't tell you how long I've waited. It's been nearly 2 years. It's been basically 2 years. Pretty much 2 years. I've been waiting to kill Spider 20. It finally happened. Uh-huh. It's happened. Spider 20 finally kicks the bucket. I have worked an unbelievable amount of time. I've had so many failed teams. I have tried and failed and looked like a loser every single time. I've watched everyone else on the planet who has the desire to kill Spider 20, kill Spider 20, except me. And I'm like the last one to not kill Spider 20 at my level. And then, wait for it, it happens. I kill Spider 20. It actually happens. And I'm like, in shock. In total shock. I was like, wow. It actually happened. History has been made. History has been made. Not only did I manage to make the active clan, Spider 20 finally falls. Yup. It finally happened. Yes, Akoth the Seared is weird, but he did the job. Kill the Jerrig. Akoth and Drexthar have the power. Alright. Let's just do that real quick. I never thought I'd live it down, by the way. Really. Really? Man. How close are we out of the clan quest? Man. This account's kind of behind in clan quests, if you couldn't tell. If you couldn't tell. Let's attempt it. I do so much Doom Tower anyway that it'll refresh before long. Okay, that'll do. Let's stick with the Ice Golem one. I don't want to do Spider on this account. This account is not my first account. This is not... Let's attempt it. In the next episode. Maybe. Nah. Keep it unified. Yep. What debuffs can I put on this thing? I know you're like, why debuffs? The more debuffs we can put on this nut bar, the better. Because... Maybe I'll put Doom Priest in the equation, maybe. I'm trying to decide whether I want to... Okay, I'm going to try this. I know it's a bit dangerous, but I want to try to put debuffs on the boss. I'm saving the block buffs for the boss. I'm using an accuracy aura to maximize the probability of putting poisons on the boss. So that's what the general gist is. Now, there is other ways of doing this with Vizier to avoid gambling. We're going to try this. If this gamble fails, we're going to go for something more extreme. Now, if you're wondering what I had in mind, very simple. I'm going to involve good old Orn the Thing Priest. Because the Orn Priest has an idea that he might fill up that bar. And that's exactly what I need, is to fill that bar up. He is here, the Stagnite, which I know you guys like, but Stagnite's garbage. Stagnite's big thing here is not... His big thing, Stagnite's big thing, isn't necessarily to be good. He's not the good guy in this scenario. His objective is to increase accuracy and to put more debuffs on the boss. That is ultimately what his goal is. Because he puts 2 debuffs, plus he has the accuracy passive. Accuracy, I can't stress this enough. If you guys don't have accuracy on your champs, you're not going to land debuffs. You could have the best poisoner in the world, but if its accuracy is bad, guess what? You're not landing that debuff. It's not happening. You are not landing it because you don't have the accuracy. So always remember that whenever you're building your debuffers. Always, always, always build them with enough accuracy to land it on the target. Do not, and I repeat, do not don't skimp on your accuracy, guys. Just don't. Always build with accuracy. Use accuracy auras as well. Remember, if you don't have accuracy, your debuff, whatever the heck it is not landing. It's that simple. The only stuff that doesn't need accuracy is stuff that does not have debuffs. The second is any debuff, poison, whatever. If it doesn't have if it has a debuff, it needs that. Get some block buffs in. You want to get as much poison as possible. Heal reduction, any kind of debuff. Now, that's bad. Okay, at least we can revive him. Thankfully. Can we get the 10 debuffs? That's the real issue here. Because if we didn't get to 10 debuffs, we failed this. And I have more hope that he's going to get it than Mr. Okay, did that do it? Boom. Done. Right. I mean, but yeah. All right.